To God be all of the glory. All season we've been working really hard. And the big saying this year is to not worship the sport of softball, but let softball be our worship back to the Lord. Just so blessed to be at Liberty University, the largest Christian university in the world, and be able to share Jesus Christ just openly and boldly. And we're excited about that and the gifts that God has given all of the athletes that are on the field. You saw Texas A&M ranked number 1 in the nation, well-deserving. And it just shows where Liberty softball is at, too. It's just exciting to see that we believe and we trust. My prayer was for the team to play with freedom and to be able to play with the fierce competitiveness that is born within them. I think you saw that. We had some miscues that gave them runs, but I was excited that we rebounded back from it. You're looking at 2 unbelievably godly young women to my left, and Alyssa and KK, and their performance today was a statement. And it was exciting to see all the way from 1 through 9 what was capable, and our pinch runners getting in there. And to Elena Escobar, she finished strong, and she learned from last year with the 1 out away with Georgia to stay focused and to pitch her game, and she did that. And I just want to thank the Lord. I want to thank each of these players, but it's not over yet. We know it. We need to finish. We need to stay strong, continue to believe, and we appreciate Liberty University giving us the opportunity to pursue greatness.
For either hitter, guys swung at a lot of early pitches today, so I just wondered, seeing you for the first time this weekend, is that normally for you guys, or was something Emily was doing? But you had a lot of great success early in the count, so for either one of you.
I think we don't change who we are as players, so whatever we're good at, we stick with that. And I think we did a good job of that, staying in ourselves and staying true to who we are, so I think that's just what we did.
For me and a few other players, if you watch some of the film that she has, she probably will throw her better pitches earlier in the count, because once she gets 2, now obviously they want you to chase so you don't hit any balls in play. So that was more my mindset and a few other girls.
Yeah, Coach, with your starter Escobar, they just couldn't seem to really get a barrel on her. What is it about her skill set and the way she pitched today that just avoided any hard contact?
Well, it first starts with her pitching coaches, Coach Casey Fagan Graham and also Emily Kirby-Nagel. The beauty is that when you start scouting and you see what separates a lot of teams and win some games is to have, those coaches that are able to, see what each pitcher is going to bring. We thought we might see Kennedy, and we also have, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Kirby, Emily Kirby-Nagel is a professional athlete. She plays with the Florida Vibe, and she's a lefty pitcher. She's a graduate from Liberty, and she's on my staff, and she's been simulating, Kennedy going at it. So I think that helped him as well. But, the hitting coach, you guys, look at Sammy. Coach Sammy is amazing. What's so good is she prepares her hitters. They trust her. She trusts them as well. But when you look at E, affectionately known Elena, Escobar, she is just a competitor. And when you're at this stage, that's what it takes to win. And she was so disappointed in herself, walking number 13 twice, ended up scoring twice. She took responsibility for that. And that opens the door when you're walking the leadoff batter. And that showed me, as upset as she was, how fierce she is and how much she wants it. And the team responded. We easily could have collapsed. When you're making 3 errors, they only put 2, but there was 3 errors to throw home. I don't know why they didn't give that an error. But the point was we collected ourselves. Savannah Watley also did as well. She had a serious injury to her mouth, and her teeth are, we're hoping she can keep them. But she eventually took the guard off and just said, it is what it is. It's time to play ball. I can't be making those mistakes anymore. And it was great to see her step up too. So I'm just so proud of the whole team, because in order to beat a team as strong as Texas A&M, you really do have to play flawlessly, or you got to hit. And when I look, we had 11 hits and off of one of the top pitchers in the country. And so you got to give credit to Texas A&M. They're going to come back fiercely, and we have to be as fierce to battle back.
Coach, coming to College Station against the number 1 ranked team in the country, what's the message that you told your team before the game, and what's the mentality you guys tried to come out with?
My message always is that God has a plan. You need to trust the plan. I was not sure why Liberty would be in this region. A lot of people were surprised. Texas A&M, I'm sure, did not overlook us. We have a history of taking down a top seed at every regional that we have been at, with the exception of one, but they were higher seed than us in Georgia at the Duke Regional. But, you know, it's a big stage, you guys. Look at all of you. I mean, God is so good. But it's not finished, right? You know, we deal with the naysayers and people, but Liberty and Liberty softball are for real. For real. These are amazing athletes. We've had transfers come here. Alyssa is one of them, and KK, another one, because this is the culture they want. This is the environment they want. They want coaches with servant hearts. They want to know that they're being fed love and care, and it's not just a sport of softball. And when you do that, these kids in this age are just, they're wounded. They have so much. Satan is targeting them so much. And we need to make sure that they know not just who they are, but whom's they are. God loves them so much. And that is our message. That is our coaching style. And we will never apologize for that, because we know that once when they know how much they are cared for and they are loved, right, by a Savior who died on the cross, was buried 3 days, and later rose from the dead to overcome death so we can have eternal life with the Lord. When they know with God, they know. They know that this is a game. And boy, how fun it is to play, though, because he has given us the gift and the passion to do it. And these ladies have passion. Look at KK. She put a bunt down for a single. She gets a triple, then hits a home run. And I bet your next at bat you would have had a double.
Yeah, I was going to try it. I was going to try it for a
Right?
cycle for sure.
And Alyssa, Player of the Year for the CAA. She has 1 year left, and she chooses us to be here. And this is the moment. And she delivers, hitting in the 4 spot. I mean, you guys, it's just so, I'm just so proud of them, every single one of them. You know, Bryn McManus playing first base for the first time all year and getting that ground ball and having to beat the runner out at first and getting it done. I mean, I can go on, but I hope you guys just continue to be excited about this. Texas A&M, it's not finished. They are going to battle back. And when you have the 12th man in there, you know, we overcame this time, and we need to be overcomers at least one more time, baby, one more time.
Coach, when you see, you thought 3 errors, I thought 3 errors as well.
You're right.
When you see Elena just not lose focus and just keep battling and then just shut it down, what does that say about her, and what in her past made you not be surprised by what she did to a team that has been run-ruling people as a habit lately?
Well, Elena Escobar has done it. She's done it before. She actually beat Liberty Softball in the ASUN when she pitched for North Alabama. And to beat us, it's saying something. And I saw the fight in her, and when she got in the transfer portal and seeked us, there was no hesitation to get her. Because when you see a pitcher that even when they're not at their best, she is pitching with an Achilles injury. She also has a right knee, pes anserinae bursitis, and she is not 100%. She's a nursing major. And she is gone in 15-hour clinicals. I mean, the kid is a fighter. And the team responds to her, and she never blames anyone else. And there are pitchers that will blame their teammates for not making the plays, but not E. And when you see that, that's a born leader, and that's somebody who deserves a ball. And I promise you, she wants it again and again and again.
For KK and Alyssa, this was your guys' 19th comeback victory this season. What is it about this team's ability to be gritty and to be able to rally back like you guys did today?
Our coach, Coach Sammy, it's been a big thing this year about us being scrappy, because we see other teams do it all the time against us because they're trying their hardest to beat us. So we want to have the same mindset that every at-bat, we need to do everything we can to get on base. We may not get on every single time, but that should be the standard to have a good quality at-bat. So.
Yeah, I think we just don't change who we are, whether we're ahead or not ahead. And I think when we do have these comeback wins, we stay consistent throughout the whole game, like each and every one of us. And we trust each other, and we know that, if I don't get the job done, the next person's going to. And we just fully believe that, and we just trust each other.
KK, where did the power come from? You look at your numbers, and the power's not there. So what was different about that today?
It's more, well, okay, most of the time I bunt. Usually I try to bunt like the first 2 pitches, so there's not as many at-bats where I'm swinging away. And when I'm swinging away, I'm not trying to hit a home run. Like, I honestly want to hit a ground ball because I can beat it out. So in my mind, I'm just trying to stay as level as I can. Coach always says it like during my bat, hands high, hands high. So I just think that, and hands high keeps me from being under. I'd rather, not that I don't want to hit home runs, but when I start to get that mentality, then you're just going to pop the ball up over and over again.
Coach, you guys' history, you won 2 games a lot of times at a regional, but now you guys were in the catbird seat last year, so how much does that help you possibly? You've had some of the same girls in this position before.
Well, the experience that's here is definitely can turn the tide for us to finish strong. And, you know, I've said before, this team, majority of them have tasted the appetizer, being 1 out away from the Supers to make history for Liberty softball, and they're ready for the entree. They're hungry for it. But you guys know, like in postseason play, you know, hit an inch fair versus an inch foul, a call. It's great. We have a couple review opportunities, right? But the reality is that you can't just sit on your laurels after being winning one. It's a double elimination tournament. But this is a seasoned team. And I was praying the NCAA would have given 5 years to play 5 for this group, because it sure would be nice to have them for another year as well. But there's some amazing leadership. I'm going to point out, too, Dory, Paige Dorr, with her blast, the home run that she just drove. It was exceptional because you can see how much she has continued to grow each of our players to this point. And with KK, for me, it's just a matter of she puts it down, she's going to beat it out. But when it's a hitter's count, watch out.
Anybody else in here? All right, Eric on Zoom, you have
Yeah,
anything
Ryan,
for
did
us?
I do.
Hello, Eric.
Okay. Hello. For the players first, what did you see in that 6th inning that you got on a roll there against Kennedy there as you scored those runs?
I know for me, I didn't do anything different than I did in the 1st inning. I just, before every at-bat, I know the Lord's got me, and I tell myself that. So I just fully trust in Him. The plan's already written, so I continue to trust in Him every at-bat. I don't do anything differently.
For me, I agree with Alyssa. For pretty much everyone, like, we all had quality at-bats, and as long as we didn't forget what we did in the previous bats, we were successful. We're gonna hit the ball eventually, and we were hitting it throughout the whole game. And also, we've been facing the same pitcher this every single inning. It's not like they put someone else in then brought her back in, or we've seen multiple pitchers. And after a while, once you see the same pitcher and over again, you're gonna see it better and better.
Coach, was there anything said? You mentioned earlier you weren't happy. They didn't play a clean game early. You took a punch. Was there anything said, or was this a result of the experience that a lot of your players had from previous regionals, or even as the conference championship tournament recently last week?
Well, we did come together in the huddle when they came off the field and said, just focus on the ball, nothing but the ball. You have to slow the game down, and that makes the difference. And we'll get it back. The game's not over. It's not over until it's over. Thank you, Yogi Berra. But, it's not over till it's over. And the team really believes in each other. And so as you get somebody to open the door, which, look at Rachel Roop. When Rupi got up to hit that ball into the 3-4 hole, guess what that said to the team? She's hittable. And then we just started, just continuing to do what we do, focus on the ball. And you just had to focus low. And, I think the adjustments in the box were really good. But she got her strikeouts. It says here she had eight strikeouts. But I also look at Savannah Woodard, struck out twice, and she was wailing at some balls that she's better than, and she knows it. And what'd she do her last at bat? She gets a hit. So our hitters are 300 hitters or better. So they're going to get at least one hit a game, right?
Yeah. And then my last question, obviously we were literally in this spot a year ago. I remember talking to you after the Georgia game. What do you take from that experience last year that you will apply this time to help you for tomorrow?
Well, you saw the experience in Elena. The crowd, I don't know how many were there, had to be over 2,000, I'm assuming. They almost all of them were against us. You expect that when you're at a home field. And so I was so pleased that she finished strong like she did. You know, that was the difference, right? In the Georgia game, that if game, that last inning, she was just hoping to get it over as fast as possible because we were going to win, right? This game, she stayed true to and focused on what she needed to do. She hit her spots, and so proud of her. She did really well. Just proud of the whole team and my coaching staff and non-coaching staff. It takes a village, and above all, it takes the Lord, just trusting in Him, and He's faithful.